Good afternoon. Faded Black breaking news for this Monday, July 21st, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Here we go. A brand new week here on Fade to Black. And tonight, Michael Cremo is back with us, Forbidden Archaeology. Tomorrow night, Sir Blake Sinclair joins us. It's the Sinclairs and UFOs. Wednesday night, Reverend Bill Bean joins us. He's a warrior exorcist. We're going to talk about that and UFOs. Thursday night, Paul Ramash is with us. We're going to be talking about the police and the paranormal. All of that this week on Fade to Black. Also Thursday, I'll be on with Christina Gomez. There you go. I have one major event coming up, and it is next week. It's the PSI Games, August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. The bad news, well, I'll see you there. The bad news, if you didn't get tickets, it is sold out. All right. But if you got tickets, I'll see you next week right there in Charlottesville, Virginia. All right, let's get to it. On this day in history, 1972, comedian George Carlin is arrested for his infamous 7 dirty words routine, but the charges were later dropped. Here's your Fader fact. 1,000,000 seconds is 12 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds is 31 years. And that's the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. There you go. All right, let's get to it. Sad news to report. Malcolm Jamal Warner, the actor and artist who played Theodore Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has died at the age of 54. Malcolm Jamal died in a drowning accident in Costa Rica where he was on vacation with his family. He was swimming at Playa Grande around 2:30 p.m. local time yesterday when a current pulled him deeper into the ocean. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal. The sled known as Rosebud from the 1941 Orson Welles masterpiece Citizen Kane has just sold for $14.75 million at auction. The pine hardwood prop has belonged to director Joe Dante since 1984. Dante was directing Explorers from 1985 when it was given to him by someone clearing out a portion of the Paramount lot that served as the home of RKO Pictures. This is the second most valuable piece of movie memorabilia ever sold after Dorothy's ruby slippers at $32.5 million. Check this out. Kabul, Afghanistan, is inching towards a catastrophe. It could soon become the first modern capital in the world to run completely dry and out of water for the first time in modern history. Population growth, the climate crisis, and relentless over-extraction have depleted groundwater levels. Kabul now extracts 44 million cubic meters more groundwater each year than nature can replenish. UNICEF predicts Kabul will run out of groundwater by 2030, and that is absolutely insane. Korea aims to build a lunar base by 2045 under its new long-term National Space Exploration Roadmap, the country's space agency announced last week. By 2040, it plans to develop a next-generation lunar lander for logistics with the goal of building a lunar economic base by 2045. For solar and heliosphere exploration, the roadmap calls for the development of probes to monitor solar activity and enhance space safety. I got to tell you, that's just over 10 years away. Pretty exciting. If aliens existed on Mars 3.7 billion years ago, they would have needed umbrellas. Mars was rainier, wetter, much more than all of the planetary scientists previously thought, according to a new study of ancient inverted river channels that span more than 9,000 miles in the red planet's southern region. Adam Lawscoot, of the UK's Open University presented his findings at the Royal Astronomical Society's National Astronomy meeting held at the University of Durham in the UK. A new analysis of ancient DNA from 15 people who lived in the Italian Alps around the same time as Otzi the Iceman shows that Otzi's ancestry was different from his neighbors. The researchers' analysis of the ancient genomes revealed that most prehistoric alpine people had high proportions of Anatolian farmer ancestry, about 80 to 90%, and low proportions of hunter-gatherer ancestry. Now, check this out. No ancestry has been found for Otzi, and he remains a complete mystery. Wow. And finally, I'll leave you with this. One of the craziest news stories I've heard lately. Yeah, it happened on Friday. Now, I fly a lot, usually about once a week, all year long. Well, this really caught my attention because a pilot flying a Delta Airlines regional jet last Friday apologized to his passengers after making a hard turn to avoid colliding with a U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber. It happened on SkyWest Flight 3788, which was operating as a Delta connection flight from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Minot, North Dakota. The B-52 flyover was scheduled for 7:40 p.m., which was the same time the SkyWest plane was landing. The tower asked the pilot to report 6 miles from the airport, and he did. Then the tower told him to turn right, and he did, where he saw the B-52 headed straight for his plane, so he suddenly turned left. The pilot then announced to the passengers, and I quote, "I don't know how fast they were going, but they were a lot faster than us, and I thought that was the safest thing to do, was turn behind it." He continued with, "Long story short, it was not fun. I do apologize for it and thank you for understanding." He added before the entire plane erupted in applause. No word yet from the Air Force. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, July 21st, 2025. Fade to Black News is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody a national treasure joins us tonight, Michael Cremo. And we're going to be talking about forbidden archaeology. All of that and much more tonight on Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. For now, all I've got is go Backley Tappy.